Welcome to the Men of Action Network. The Men of Action Network is a life coaching system designed to support men's needs towards accurate living. For short, we call it MOAN. Welcome to our podcast. Today's segment will be called Sins of the Fathers, where we'll explore the long-term effect of bad decisions and choices made upon generations. Sit back and enjoy. Well, guys, we're back.
Yeah.
And how was Father's Day?
Father's Day was pretty good. They took me out Saturday evening for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But Sunday, my wife made me cook the meat.
Well, wait a minute.
Father's Day?
You gotta be able to put your foot down, man.
I'm telling you.
I put my foot down.
How that work?
Didn't work well.
You still got a foot?
I still got a foot.
Yeah, like
They might have holes in them, but I got some.
It's all good.
Not like Kunta Kinte talking about. They wanted to stop him from running.
But anyway, how was you guys' Father's Day?
No, did pretty good. I did pretty good. Kids got up, got me breakfast in bed. So it was nice, you know?
Yeah.
That's what's about.
My son got me this Incredibles card.
Oh, yeah.
So I took a copy of that and posted it on Instagram, and I was kind of surprised with, all the likes I got from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is your son like Jack?
Nah, my son like Mr. Incredible himself.
Okay.
I heard that.
So
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So like, Daddy, I think you like Mr. Incredible. I'm like, that's right. That's right. Go on.
Well,
Buddy.
you
Okay.
You're going to have to take this in Mr. Incredibles 2, I think.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
Incredibles too. But if you remember Incredibles, Jack is the baby at the end.
Yes.
That starts,
Oh, yeah.
Kick it off.
You change this, that, and the
yeah, that was funny. Well, obviously, you see me really into Father's Day. It's wonderful to look at the manhood that has been achieved in different men's life and see the accomplishments. And then while you look at all this, you realize that they have come into a level of development because they handled responsibility that was put their way. Okay? Boys truly become men when they learn to handle their responsibility. We see this idea in many of the movies and the shows that we watch, the idea of a prince becoming a king. And the prince is the one who has everything given to him, but we see the development or the emergence of a character that learns responsibility.
Right.
And then holding that responsibility is not just for he and himself, but it's for the kingdom.
Yes.
And
Bigger than him.
much bigger than him, much bigger than you ever could be. I mean, all those of you who saw Black Panther sees T'Challa, or whatever.
Yeah, T'Challa.
T'Challa, his role as he develops into the king that now has to care for the entire kingdom. He's out there already, he's doing some jobs, doing some specific things, but now all of a sudden this whole thing becomes his. And his first reaction to it is something like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think all of us, when it comes to accepting responsibility, a lot of us, that's the first thing we do. Ooh, I can't do this.
Make you want to run.
Yeah, it does, because all of us have different sizes of responsibility, if I can say it like that.
Okay.
But the thing about it is still responsibility. And the scripture makes it point that a man, that is one of his key things, is to accept responsibility, because he be the example for his family, for his children, for his community. So the thing of it is that when we accept our responsibility, we move up a little higher.
Okay.
And hopefully we don't misuse that responsibility in a crazy way, others will be watching you.
Okay. So, really what you're giving us is that a man who becomes responsible is now lifted
Yes.
by the people he becomes responsible for,
Right.
by the things he becomes responsible for.
Yeah.
So his feats are really things that are his heroics, are really things that he took responsibility for.
Right.
Right. But at the same time, he's being watched to see how he handles that responsibility. And if he handles it well, more people will follow him. If he handles it loosely, he will lose credibility.
So, Billy meets Jenny,
Oh, baby, baby.
and Jenny is a knockout.
Yes, I knew that was coming.
Okay, she's a knockout. She put the bricks on the house.
There you,
You know, you see what I'm saying? And she got curves that, you know, and so Billy's like, gotta have it.
Yeah, curves that make a straight line.
Make a straight line.
You can tell he's been around the block. But anyway,
Too many times.
you know, too much for my little ears. But anyway,
I'm only 17.
but Billy meets Jenny. Jenny is a knockout. He goes out to Jenny. He gets Jenny. The physicality of it is overwhelming.
Uh-huh.
They visit each other several times. I don't think the camera heard that, and you didn't need to hear it. But anyway,
I promise.
but so they visit each other, and all of a sudden, Jenny's pregnant. It's amazing how women change when they get pregnant.
But it's a beautiful change. Yes. They have such a glow.
You know, some of them get mean.
Well, the attitude may change because of the hormonal.
They get mean. They get mean. And then they get mad because you don't know what they're going through.
Well, see, I put it this way. My wife was different. Okay?
But you said what word?
My wife.
You said what word though?
Different.
No. The word in between it. You said a word.
My wife was
No. Slow it down. My.
wife.
Okay. Do that one more time.
Okay, wife.
Ah!
Yeah.
You had already taken responsibility.
Right.
Okay. We're talking about Billy now.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And Jenny.
And Jenny.
Billy had put no ring on no finger and say, hey, this is mine. Forever.
Billy didn't say nothing about we're going to get a house over there in the prairie and we're going to have a nice car in the driveway. He didn't say nothing about that.
No, he
And
didn't.
make you wonder about Jenny, how much sense she really had to begin with. Just I've got to go there because it seemed like Jenny got a responsibility too.
Right. Well, see, this is the thing. For me, this is me now.
Mm-hmm.
I believe a woman should not be going with a guy longer than 9 months and he haven't said something about the future. Okay, whether they're going to be together or not be together, you know, stuff like that. Because, I hear these stories. I had a friend going with this guy for 11 years and he finally popped the question. Had another friend
11 years.
11 years. I'm like, wait a minute, that's 11 years out of your life. If this guy did not know he wanted to be with you after 6 months.
11 years.
Yeah, 11 years. Wait a minute, the other one was 25. And they had children. Children's.
Now, there's an old saying that if the milk is for free, why buy the cow?
That's right.
And I can't say any more than that about that because, if you giving away everything and don't realize that you have a value and a price should be put upon that,
Yeah.
then that's a whole nother situation.
And you put the value on yourself. Excuse me. Don't let nobody else put value on you, because when they do, it's going to be lower than
See,
what
but
you...
that's a good place to start this conversation then. What value do you have on yourself? We talk about this side from women's side all the time, but we never talk about the value of a man, the value of a young man. We don't talk about his value to himself, his value to his community, his value to his family, his value to the future he has put here to effect.
Yes.
So, I met a guy the other day, and I think I told you guys about him. He met this girl that, it's kind of the Billy Jenny's thing, they're together. Now, his Jenny didn't get pregnant. But what happened was that Jenny fell in love. His Jenny fell in love, and she wants to be a part of his life. She's committed herself to him. In her mind, she is his, and he is hers. But this particular Billy wasn't living that way. So we got into this conversation about what a king is.
All right.
Okay. And we define the parameters of a king as somebody who understands the value of his sowing seed.
Oh, talk about it.
Okay? He understands the value. Matter of fact, kings take territory.
Right.
Right.
And they don't look to give up territory. I mean, even in checkers, kings take territory. In chess, kings take territory.
Right.
We all been given an equipment and an endowment of equipment with seed. So why would we plant a seed and not expect a harvest?
Ooh. That don't make no sense. Because we plant a seed, one thing, we expect it to grow as long as it's being watered, being nurtured.
Right.
Right?
But when you plant a seed and you don't expect it to grow, what good is planting the seed?
Well, what's scary is that if I plant corn, I expect corn.
That's true.
If I plant apples, I expect apples.
But
If I put my in a woman, I don't expect him to come out, or my son to come out looking like you.
I hope not.
Yeah.
This is too simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we live in a world of ignorant kings.
Yeah. Well, the king failed to take his responsibility. Okay. The king expects someone else to do the work for him. Sometimes that's okay, sometimes it's not. Most of the time it's not. Because I'm the king. I need to rule over my domain.
But do you expect somebody else to plow your field?
No.
To furrow the rows?
I like how you said that.
To furrow the rows.
The roads. Oh, look out now.
Yeah, to take out a plow
Yes.
and to plant seed in specific places.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what it comes down to is that if I have a field, which we can say Jenny is the field,
Right.
then I have taken responsibility for the entire field.
Yes.
Not just to frolic and play in the field, but to develop, cultivate, and harvest out of that field.
Yeah.
So why would a man lay with a woman and not expect a child, a
It
baby?
goes back to identification, right? A part of the process of every man is to begin to identify who he is,
Okay.
right? And we know from 18 on, you're still trying to discover who you are. The system is designed where you finish high school, from there, college, and in that first year or so, you're trying to figure out what your career path is going to be, and then you finally find one, and then of course you finish with college, and then of course this loan thing to think about, and then you're trying to find your first job, and if possible your first car, and all those different things that you're trying to establish and trying to set up. Now you add the whole process of Jenny in the mix to someone on both sides, because it's not just with men but also with women.
Right.
Trying to figure out who we are, what we are, and what our part is in life. And when you get two people who are trying to identify what that is, especially for a man, for kingship, okay, when his beginnings was never really understanding what kingship was about, the responsibilities of kingship, the ownership of kingship, dominion, care, then it gets really convoluted. So when Janie gets pregnant, now you have a whole bunch of feelings on top of that. Fear is one of them.
Right,
Okay.
right, responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
And if that man was a boy,
Right.
then a boy's reaction is to run.
Yeah.
However, if that boy is trying to take on, or if that prince is trying to take on kingship, there's still some fear of what do I do next?
Yeah. But he's willing to face that fear.
Well, he has to, because he understands, okay, that something was planted here, so I need to understand how.
Let me jump back to something you said earlier. You said identification.
Right.
That's the point. Could it be that we have misplaced values?
Yes.
In that now I'm trying to identify my need for a car and establish that as a priority, when now I've met Jenny and I've gotten her pregnant, and I don't want the responsibility of this priceless thing in my life, this woman, that field, or that child, but I want this very tangible, with an expiration date thing in my life, this used car that's going to make me look flashy and good, or that I've been wanting for a while, or those new clothes, or that look. Maybe the problem is deeper than we really realize, in that we identify ourselves and our own value around the wrong values.
And you're right, because a part of a prince's nature is based on something that's time sensitive, or an expiration date.
Okay.
A prince operates by an expiration date.
Okay.
And sometimes a king will operate by an expiration date, because we like to conquer. We like to go here and have dominion, and then go to the next thing.
So you're saying that Jenny became an object rather than a future.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
And that's a prince mentality, not a king's mentality. Because a king understands, okay, that.
Well, is he a real prince? You're not the Fresh Prince.
No, not Bel Air, but it's
A stinky prince.
because I look at my life, yours, and all this that's on this panel, and the reason why we can operate from a kingship level is because we have experienced what being a prince is about, and we have made the mistakes, and realize, in order to be a king, I need to move from this stage of exploration to ownership. It's no longer a lease, but it's a value system. So you're right. Our value is placed in the wrong area. It's in the clothes. It's in the car. It's in the kind of job.
Right.
It's in the gold that we wear for some people. And sometimes a woman can become an object that is based on an expiration date.
Right.
So when
Or just the way she looks for now,
Right.
Right.
or she acts
Right.
with me for now.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Until she changes. In this case, Jenny got pregnant, and it doesn't conform into what I thought that would be. Then that becomes expired because it's not necessarily what I want.
So
Right.
now
I
you
want
got
a car.
you got Wakanda fine Jenny. You know, you got Wakanda fine Jenny. She's so fine, but all of a sudden, she's got a bulge that wasn't with the package.
Doesn't conform with her fineness.
Nor does it affirm me in the way I wanted to think about
Right.
myself.
Right.
Right. See, that's the problem.
So we're also now adding the fact that there's a lack of value given to that process, but there's also a lack of affirmation that this self-absorbed person now feels like, because now he doesn't want to have to drag Jenny around with him. He doesn't want to be seen
Yeah, because she
with Jenny
very much. She
because
gets
now
bigger.
she's mighty, you know, and you know, besides the nice hips which are spreading, you know, and that nice bust line which has gotten busted out,
Yeah.
you know, now you got this big belly in the front, and she doesn't look as attractive
Appetizing.
as she did when she was wearing those skinny jeans back a while ago.
Right.
Matter of fact, she can't wear them. You know, same face, but somehow I'm not as attracted to her because what she is doesn't affirm me for who I want to be right now.
Nor is she saying the things that she once said prior
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
And if you deal with a a prince that doesn't understand kingship, you have these behavior patterns, right? Because I promise you, a pregnant woman is not going to say, oh daddy, oh, you know,
Yeah.
Oh no.
prince, you know. and so
Oh,
on.
daddy,
So-
daddy hit it.
Right.
Yeah, she's not gonna go there.
Right.
No, she's not
Because
going
her
there.
value system has
She-
changed.
Yeah.
Because, you know, because, of course, we'll get to this, you know, your legacy is not growing
Yes.
Okay.
Inside of
Yeah.
your field.
inside of your field, okay,
That's right.
or that tree is beginning to bud in your field. So
Mhm.
her value becomes, okay, how do I nurture this fledgling? so
How
it
do I
comes to life?
protect?
Okay,
That's
Yes.
it. Also.
okay,
Okay, because now her value system completely changes.
right,
Mm-hmm.
She now values what's inside of her as opposed to who's outside of her
Yeah.
in a way that she never did before. She values herself in a way that she never did before.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of a sudden she sees herself as an integral part in the life cycle as a giver of life,
right,
Yes.
okay, and a carrier of life,
Mm-hmm.
and not just, you know,
right,
Jenny with the smooth body and the nice curves and the, you know, pretty skin and the hair and
Right.
you know the nails, and she that stuff is yet a part of her life, but it's not priority anymore.
right,
Mm-hmm.
You know, you are still a part of her life, but you are not priority anymore.
Right.
You know, Jenny has the priority of
Pregnancy.
of care.
pregnancy,
Mhm.
care, the
Yeah.
baby, to protect herself, protect the baby,
Mm-hmm.
and to eat,
Yes.
and to eat, and to eat, and to eat. And all the time you see her, she's eating. You know, she's eating, and now she's getting particular and peculiar about what she eats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and before she used to hang with you,
Mhm.
go places with you, do things with you, and now she's like, well, I don't want to go to the movie.
I'm tired. You know,
You sleep all day.
because I'm carrying something.
Okay, but I mean, you're still sleeping all day.
Right. But see, the thing about it is, men, a lot of men don't, most men don't go through this. Sometimes they get the symptoms from their wife, girlfriend, stuff
Mhm.
like that. But the thing of it is that a woman has to nurture that child growing inside of her. So you're right. She gonna be eating because she has to gain
Mhm.
weight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she don't eat. Where's the nourishment for that baby coming from?
Right.
If you don't eat, I'm gonna take it from your body.
Right.
Okay? So she has to eat, she has to rest, sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes she just can't do what she used to do.
But what about giving me the attention that I want? Because, you know, I like the attention that Jenny gave me, and now
Yeah.
Jenny is not giving me that attention anymore.
Well, you need to give Jenny the attention. Go in and rub her feet,
But
because she
first
putting
of all,
more weight on them.
she don't want me to touch her.
Well, the thing about it is, could be that she don't want you to touch her because you're not showing the affection that you used to